Hey, take a deep breath. You're here because there's something deep inside, a weight that maybe even you can't quite explain, a strange feeling, a heaviness, a question without an answer, a silence that quietly aches. Maybe your day has been just too long, or maybe you don't even know exactly why, but you feel empty, an emptiness that goes beyond sadness, beyond exhaustion, beyond any visible pain. It's like the world is full of voices and noise, but inside you, everything feels so still. And that stillness, it hurts. I want you to know this space, this moment, it's safe. Here, you can simply breathe, simply feel, simply be. No masks, no pretending, no pressure. I'm right here with you. And more than that, God is here too. He gently brought you to this very moment, this very breath, not by chance, not by coincidence, but because He knows this emptiness. And more than that, He knows exactly how to fill it. But before we go on, shall we breathe together? Inhale slowly. Hold it softly. Now, exhale gently. Again, inhale deeply. Hold. And exhale slowly. You are here. You are breathing. And that is already a beautiful beginning. Stay here with me. Let's walk through this emptiness together. Sometimes, emptiness doesn't scream. It hides behind forced smiles, behind tasks completed, behind automatic responses like, "I'm fine." But inside, everything is silently broken. Maybe you've already tried to explain this. Pain. But how do you explain something that has no shape? It's not a pain in your body. It's a pain in your soul. An absence. A lack. Something that feels missing. Even when, on the surface, nothing seems wrong. And that is exhausting. It's exhausting to pretend that everything is okay, exhausting to wake up without desire, exhausting to maintain relationships that don't touch your heart, exhausting to live just for the sake of living, simply breathing out of obligation. This emptiness, it can come from many places. Sometimes from loneliness, sometimes from a grief that never passed, from a disappointment that became a scar, from dreams delayed, abandoned, forgotten. And you know what hurts even more? The feeling that no one notices, that no one sees, that no one understands. But I'm here to remind you of a powerful truth. God sees what no one else sees. He looks beyond what you show. He knows that hole that feels bottomless, and He doesn't turn away because of it. On the contrary, He draws near because He is the only one able to fill that space, not with empty promises, but with His real living presence that satisfies and fulfills. The Word says in Psalm 107:9, "For He satisfies the thirsty and fills the hungry with good things." This verse isn't just talking about physical hunger. It speaks to that hunger deep in your chest, that thirst for meaning, that longing for something to fill what the world couldn't. And He, God Himself, is here now, not to judge you, but to embrace you. Pause for deep breath. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Let Him enter that place, even if it feels dark, even if it feels cold. God is not afraid of your emptiness. He understands it, and He knows the way to lead you out of it. There are moments when silence feels as heavy as a mountain on your chest. You kneel down, you try to pray, but the words just won't come out. The tears fall, but they seem to drop into the void. You cry out, you look for a sign, and find nothing. Everything feels silent. And in that silence, your heart screams, "Has God left me? Has He grown tired of me? Why doesn't He answer?" That feeling of abandonment, it hurts. It's as if the heavens are closed, as if no one can hear you, as if you are invisible, even to God. But there's a truth that silence cannot erase. God has never left you. His silence is not absence. It's a quiet presence. It's love that expresses itself without noise. It's care that continues, even when you don't notice. Remember this: God is like the air you breathe, invisible but indispensable. He is right beside you in the moments when everything falls apart. He is with you in the silent hours of the night, when anxiety keeps you from sleeping. He is present when the world seems to forget that you exist. Inhale slowly. Hold. Exhale gently. Now, place your hand over your chest. Feel your heart. You are alive. That is a sign. He is still with you. Repeat in your mind, with faith: even when I don't feel it, God is with me. One more time. Even when I don't hear Him, God is here. Silence can be scary, but it is not the end. God is working in the silence, weaving the invisible. You are not alone. You never were, and you never will be. Sometimes you just don't know how to pray anymore. The words feel small, fragile, insufficient. You try to begin, Lord, and then you fall silent. The pain catches in your throat. Your heart is tired. Your mind confused. But God does not demand eloquence. He does not expect beautiful speeches. He does not need memorized words. He just wants you, exactly as you are. Whisper, cry, breathe. That is already a prayer. You can simply say, "Speak to me, Lord," and even if nothing else comes after that, He has already heard everything. Maybe your prayer today is just a confused thought, or a muffled cry inside your soul, or a silent tear soaking your pillow. But God interprets what you yourself can't even express. Do you realize, even when you cannot pray, God's own Spirit prays for you with groanings, with depth, with perfection, with love? Pause to take a deep breath. Hold. Exhale slowly. Talk to Him now, in your own way, without fear, without filter. God is not frightened by your chaos. He already knows every part of your heart, and still, He stays. He listens to you attentively, with tenderness, with patience, with a father's love. Maybe he hasn't yet answered the way you expected, but know this: every sincere prayer touches his heart, and no prayer is ignored, not even the simplest one, not even the most broken one. So, say it from the depths of your soul. Speak to me, Lord. He is listening right now, and soon you will realize he is already answering. The emptiness you feel may seem like an end, but in truth, it could be the beginning. Sometimes, God needs to empty what is filled with pain so that he can fill it with life once again. What you're living through right now might not be the end of the road, but rather the quiet preparation for something new. Think of dry, arid, cracked land. It looks like nothing could ever bloom there, but it is precisely that land that most longs for the rain, and when the first drop falls, it opens up, it absorbs, it transforms. This emptiness might be just like that land, waiting, longing, ready to be filled with a new purpose. Take a deep breath. Hold. Exhale. Slowly. Maybe you've lost something or someone who was part of who you are, and now you no longer know how to define yourself. But what seems to have been torn away might have created space for something eternal. God does not waste pain. He transforms losses into seeds, and every tear that falls waters a new beginning that you can't yet see. The absence that hurts today, tomorrow may become the stage for God's renewing presence. So, don't be afraid of that space inside you. This emptiness is not a punishment. It might be an invitation from God to something that has yet to be born, something that will be deeper, truer, lighter. Yes, emptiness hurts, but it also prepares, and God is preparing you gently, because where there is pain today, tomorrow there will be flowers. Maybe you felt empty for far too long, like a well with no water, like an abandoned house, a body present, but a soul wandering, lost between old wounds, present doubts, and a future that feels far too dark. This emptiness follows you. in the silence of your room, in the long nights when everything feels so heavy. It hides behind forced smiles and automatic answers. And sometimes you no longer even know how to explain what you feel. You just know that it hurts, that something is missing, that you're tired. But I see everything. It is like your God who knows the empty spaces inside you. I see them, not as failures, but as places where I long to dwell, because what today feels like absence can be transformed into presence. My presence. You no longer need to try to fill that hole with distractions or with the effort of pretending to be okay. You no longer need to keep running to hide from yourself. I created you for something deeper than merely surviving each day. I am here to fill, not with fleeting illusions, but with rest, not with immediate answers, but with security, not with noise, but with peace. When you let me enter those silent spaces, something begins to change. Slowly, the place of emptiness becomes an altar, a sacred space, a fertile ground for the new. I am the one who satisfies the weary soul, am the one who fills with hope what once seemed meaningless. I am the one who transforms emptiness into fullness. Yes, I am the one who never walks away. And even when you feel there is nothing left inside you, I am still here. Now, take a deep breath. Inhale the certainty of my care. Exhale the feeling of being alone. You were created to be inhabited, and I, your God, have chosen to dwell in you. You've been feeling hungry, but it's not a hunger that food can satisfy. It's a hunger for meaning, for a love that never ends, for a safe place to rest your soul. You've been feeling thirsty, but it's not thirst for water. It's a thirst for peace, for something or someone who can finally fill that hole inside your chest. This hunger and thirst exist because your heart was made for something greater, greater than applause, greater than any human relationship, greater than any achievement. This hunger has a name. This thirst has a name. And that name is Jesus. Child, you can search in many places, but only Christ satisfies. Only Christ fills. He is the bread of life, the nourishment that feeds your soul, the living water that calms the thirst of your spirit. You don't need to understand everything right now. You just need to come, even with doubts, even with fear, even with weakness. Come, draw near to Him, and you will never again hunger in your soul. You will never again thirst in your heart. The answer is not outside of you. The answer is in Him, and He is here, waiting for the moment to be everything you need. The night was long, and even with so many thoughts, you made it here. Maybe your chest still feels tight, but something inside you keeps trying, searching, hoping. You are breathing, and that in itself is already a sign that hope is still alive. Now, take a deep breath with me. Inhale peace. Exhale fear. Once more, inhale God's presence. Exhale the anguish. God is here, not distant, not indifferent, but so close that He is breathing with you right now. Child, this new morning is a gift. Not because everything has been resolved, but because you can still begin again. And beginning again with God is different. He doesn't require you to be strong. He only asks that you're willing not to give up. Today might be the day that something changes inside you, even if it's not yet visible on the outside. Here, within, a seed is being planted, and in time, it will bloom. You don't have to face the day alone. The Lord walks with you, with every step, with every decision, with every breath. So, breathe once more. Inhale lightness. Exhale the tension. And walk with hope, There is a new heart beating inside you. Child, you've made it this far, and that matters more than you can imagine. Maybe there's still pain inside you, but know this: I am here, and I'm not going anywhere. My love does not depend on how you feel. It doesn't grow weak when you feel weak. It doesn't disappear when you feel lost. My love is constant, faithful, present. You may not have all the answers right now, but you have me, and I am everything you need. Today, just rest in me. Let go of what you can't carry. Let me care for you like a father cares for his beloved child. Now, breathe with me. Inhale, rest. Exhale, worry. You are in good hands. My hands. Tomorrow, I will be there. On the hard days, I'll be even closer. When you don't know what to do, whisper my name and I will hear you. Now, child, stay here in my love. And come back whenever you need. I will be waiting for you.